So there's a lost connections, something happening. The Santra achieving enlightenment, perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Khanda Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Mandalas or Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the noble Dhakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Antarayata in the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas invested in enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, two for the benefit of all sentient beings giving birth to Bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached by the merit of generosity and other good deeds. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. So no, I think it's okay.
It's okay or you change?
Internet come back, I think it's okay.
Okay, you let me know.
Okay. So we go to this 7 Lam Tibetan. Chen ye se dai so chen ye de na de son ye ba me ye sing ge da ge ma le de da dom je la le da nga ye da we sa je wo zang bo ye be mo lai do da ge jar wa dam je ye je ngong song de xian ge de ye le rai do ba ye Yarwa gen la rab de san ze lo derje de na dernye sanje nam sanje se je we na yu ba da te dara chi je ye na ma le ba tam je yarwa da ge gan wa ram te da nga ba me se jam so nam yang je ye lai jam so da gen ji Jarwa genje yonde rabju je devara shiba damje dage do me do damba intimwai damba dang senye namda sobe dongjo dang marme jodan dobe damba ye Jarwa de da lane je baraje nazai damba namda intimjo dang Sirmai Purmar Rai Nyambada Kopai Jebarai Baiben Jogenji Jarwa Jubaraje Choba Kana Lame Jajewa Teda Jarwa Damje Layai Me Zambo Julai Debe Dobdaike Jarwa Gen Lai Sansarai Jebaraje De jai je dai de mo wang ge ne le da nga da de yin ye ji ja de ba da ge ji ba jin je ba de da dam je da ge so so ro ja so je ja wa gen dan san je se ran ja ran nam da lo da me lo da ro wa gen je so nan gang la yang Te dai gen je ji se da ye ran, kan nai so jen je den zhe ma da, san je ren ba re san je ma jia ni, gong bo te da da ge tam je la, ko lo la na me ba go wa re go, nyang nen da wa re ji gen de da la, zhou wai gen lai ben jen de we se, kar ba yen ge de ni yu ba yang, Dage Damo Raja Sorwaje Sansa Adan Jojen Jabadan Jisa Yeran Gorjen Sorwaye Gewai Jonze Dage Jezaba Tam je zo be zang jo zi ngo. Ta ye bi je zo ye me do zhang re ra len ye nye de jin bon de zang je yen la me de burwa. Ro gen nam da yen de je wa re yo ge song yong zo la me zo nam. Sen na yin sang son de yen ye yen jo da le long jo nan se yong ye. La min jo ge nge zhop zar de zo san. Nong ge re re na men ra la bun za men ga san men ra sa wa ren. Sama ye a hong yam jin je do min zam len ji. Trao be dong song yong la jia zo me jar wa dor jian jiang. Pan ji den gong be xiao lan de de sam jie qiu le. Xin jie lo jie tu jie jin nian ge men ba san ne. Sem zhe da ra de do ba re xin jie lo. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two-way hackers and the combination according to the disposition, the likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Manjushri, his wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text. At his heart, he has a compassion for all beings who are suffering from the darkness of ignorance, and the person of samsara as a father for all only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma. Manjushri, his wisdom is brilliant like the sun. So to settling of suffering and to despair, darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva form is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels in the perfect body of our knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by 112 Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazana de 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 Om Arabazana. Om Arabazana de Om Arabazana de Om Arabazana de Om Arabazana de Om Wange Joremo Om Wange Joremo Om Wange Joremo Om Wange Joremo Om Wange Om Wange Joremo Om Wange Joremo Om Wange Joremo Yone Gelen Changwa Bo Yije Rome Rabden Baran Jeden Demo Mensar Jambara Yangla Zanza Do, you are the perfect youthful body whose flame of wisdom blesses and the despair darkness of worldly ignorance are positive before you in the praise to Manjushri. Sorry about I forget to share the screen. Dam ge thu ge xiao jie rei zhen zhong yin jie me do dei jie bong jiong ba si le jie len bo da we re ji be ge xiao jie jia be xia le ge san zi do jian jiang jian de lo na ro da ma ba me la ji jie gang bo pa mo zhi ba jia rua ji gong be ga jie la ma nam la so ruan de Romain, Jija, Yanja, Bodang, the Som, Sanje, Kenja, Ngo, Ransam, Jiga, Ngonson, Donze, Zawe, Lame, Yal, Sorwan, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So today we are in the page 333. Page 333. So sharing liberation, the teaching, hearing liberation teaching. So this teaching have a beginning, introduction, and the middle is more detailed instructions, then conclusion. So we have 3 sections. We finished the first ones, then we are in the middle of this the main teaching. So main teaching we have Bardo of death, Bardo of reality, Bardo of taking the birth, so called Bardo becoming. So 3 major sections. So we finished the first 2. So now we are right now is the last section. It's called Bardo of birth. So then in this stage is mostly beings go through these stages. So you have to know, the Bardo of death. Very few people can become liberate. Bardo of death. Because the person who is going to liberate in the Bardo of death must have to have a Mahamudra realization. Have really good, strong practitioner, Mahamudra Dzogchen practitioners. They can liberate in the Bardo of death. Then Bardo of reality, only, the Yidam deity practitioners can liberate. So who always chant the mantra, who always connecting with the Yidam deity, praise to Yidam deity, impure, the perception is transformed to the pure perception. So, Yidam deity practitioners. So create creation stage. So all this universe is transformed to the Buddha's pure line, meditate. And then all the house, we living the house is transformed to the Buddha's palace. And visualize, meditate them inside all the universal sentient beings, visualize Buddha. It ourselves also visualize, meditate is Buddha and the Yidam deity. So then seeing all forms of Yidam, all the hearing song is Dharma, mantra, then that person has the ability to get realization in the reality, Bardo. So generally, no meditator like Dzogchen Mahamudra, meditator, practitioner, realizer, not Yidam deity practitioners, most beings come into this intermediate state of rebirth, Bardo. So this Bardo experience is most, disease have experience. But then, of course, due to individual disease, due to the karma, is some disease has a negative perception. So very due to that extremely suffering, but someone has a good karma, then all the perceptions, abundance is a good thing for them. So it's a dependent individual's karma. So in this intermediate state of rebirth, Bardo experience. But generally, in this teaching guide is most Bardo beings get experience. So that's why it's teaching is generally. So individual specifically goes, then individual has different kind of experience. So long as you understand this teaching and connect to this hearing liberation teaching, when we die, so we can navigate or we can use this instruction. So we can, use this instruction in the intermediate state rebirth Bardo. We can, choose good correct. Can choose the correct birth. We can choose the good high realms birth. We can, avoid the negative birth. So negative birth, like, take birth to the lower realms. Even you take birth human beings, but not take birth to the negativist home and the negativist, land area. So that's the, this teaching helps. Even we take birth human being, take us to good conditions. So now here, today, is now is the time when you must obstruct the womb entrances. So in these instructions, like, we create obstacle to the womb birth. So see, obstruct, like actually, obstruct can be two, negative obstruct and can be positive obstruct, I think. So this one can be positive obstruct. Use this practice, then obstruct the womb entrances. So we know conscious not going into Bardo disease, conscious not going into the take the mother's womb. It is said in the verses that you. So in the 6 Bardo root text says in these words, must obstruct the womb entrance and call to mind methods of reversal. So that is, come from that verses or sentences come from root text of 6 Bardo. So then comes this other part is more explanation about this root text. So we have to create obstruct to the womb entrance, and also we have to call to mind the methods of reversal. So we have to use method. Using method, block the mother's womb, and you're seeing something different. You're not going into conscious mother's womb taking birth. So that's why you have ability to reverse it again, your conscious. This is the time when perseverance and the purity of perception are imperative. So then in this time, it's very important timing, very important critical point. We have to reverse our conscious, not going to go into mother's womb to take birth. When perseverance and the purity of perception are imperative, you have not arrived at that stage. So we have to know we are arrive very important stages. If you get the wrong direction, then extremely suffering. So the whole life is become miserable. So that's why in this critical point is very important. We have to recognize that. Your purity now is to obstruct the womb entrances. So our job most important is we have to obstruct the womb entrances. This womb entrances, obstruct the womb entrances has 5 different kinds. There are 5 methods which will bring about obstruction of the womb entrances. So keep them carefully in mind. We have to keep this very important in our mind. So yesterday also, we talk about obstruct the womb entrances. So yesterday shared 2 different methods. Important, right? So one is like subject. We have to control our mind. And, control mind, meditate, recognize own nature. That is the important, like highest level we can use control mind. So that's a subject part. Our part is we can control mind, obstruct the womb entrances. Then second, yesterday talk about the subject. Subject, the mother's womb is transformed, changed. So we have to think about father and mother is become, Yab and Yom. Like Yab and Yom is like deity father and deity mother. So also we visualize, mother's womb has become lotus flower, something, use positively and transforming. So that changed the, mind, the conscious, this is consciousness into mother's womb. The stop that conscious go into the mother's womb. Yesterday, the more important to talk about that two things. So today here, going to share 5 methods which will bring about obstacle of the womb entrances. So keep them carefully in the mind. Very important, we have to keep the mind. And all child of Buddha nature at this stage. Okay, the perception will arise of a male and a female engaging in the sexual intercourse, I think. Is it correct, intercourse? Intercourse, okay. So, see, in this case, the disease ready to take the birth. So, they're looking the only form, body, extremely desire, wanting the form body. Because they don't have physical form, that's why they're extremely in the Bardo. So that they are, same as like we don't have a house, kind of homeless, think about it. And then without a physical form is more homeless, double, triple homeless already there. So that's why they're looking the disease, looking the body. Then due to the karma, some disease, they don't have patience. So without a patient, they go take just whatever they can find. Then they take really wrong directions, take birth to, insects, can be bugs, can be pigs, can be, fish, can be deers, can be, different kind of animals can be. Or can be take birth to the spirits, hungry ghosts and the lower realms. So the Bardo beings are ready to take the birth to go to sex realms. And that's why they're, looking the form, and they're, they're in the Bardo, very difficulty suffering for themselves. So that's why they're looking the form. And they don't have a patience to wait, like right choice. So then they're going to take the form body. So form body, taking the here, Bardo beings, they're seeing this, father and mother, sexual intercourse. Upon perceiving this, do not to enter between the male and the female. So we're telling that this is conscious, do not go into, your conscious in the father and the mother's between. But be mindful and meditate on the male and the female as being your spiritual teacher with concert. So this also instruction is going to yesterday same. So we have to visualize, meditate. The father and the mother both are, spiritual teacher and a teacher with a concert. So we talk about like guru and concert. So guru can be female, guru can be man. So, the both have to transform. I mean, like whatever you see, this kind, sexual perception arise. So we have to transform to, Yap and Yom, Yadam deity, or guru with concert. Prostrate yourself before them and make offerings emanating this with your mind. So then the disease, maybe hear this instruction. So someone die, the family loved ones or spiritual teacher reading this hearing liberation to them. So then there can, follow this instruction in the Bardo. This instruction say when you see this, like experience, appear to the disease mind. There you can meditate, visualize their Yadam deity, spiritual guru, and can make offering mentally, can make prostration to that. Yourself them and make offerings, emanating this with your mind. So mind have to create that. Because, in this case, stage, we have to create always a positive mind. We have to release the negative thoughts and the negative mind. So that's why, whatever we see have to transform, not looking to the negative parts. We have to look to positive way and transform. So be intensely devoted and request instructions from your spiritual teacher and consult. So you strongly visualize Yadam or, Guru and consult. And then what you see in your own perception is sexual, whatever going on, is transformed. Because everything is imagination. So long as you control your mind, you change your perception, and then all this, your perception negative is changed to positive. Become you hear the teachings from the guru, and so you maybe you see the Yadam deities, so appear to you, because everything is my imagination in this case. So that's why be instantly devoted and request instructions from your spiritual teacher and consult. Just by intently focusing your thoughts in this way, the warm entrance will certainly be obstructed. Become warm is not appear to their warm is become transformed to the guru or Yadam deities. Then everything is transformed, changed. So warm entrance will certainly be obstructed. There's no entrance to the warm birth and taking birth to samsara. So that's another method, and we can share this instruction to the disease, or we use this instruction ourselves when we get in the intermediate state birth Bardo. Also, then another case, should the warm entrance not be successfully obstructed through this method, so you try to meditate, guru and consult, that still that method does not transform the warm, is guru and the consult, then so this method not really working. Our conscious is going in trance to the womb, mother's womb. So the main point is this instruction works, but the disease, due to their obstacle, or they don't have pay attention, mind is distracted, or too strong attachment. For that reasons, also, then is the warm entrance not be successful, obstructed through this method. So then we have to use another second method, and you are nevertheless, I think I say you are nonetheless drawn even nearer to entering the womb, so become more close to the womb birth. Then second method, meditate now on the spiritual teacher and consult as being your personal meditational deities, whichever this may be, or if you do not have a personal meditational deity, meditate on the spiritual teacher and consult as being Mahakarunika and his consort. So first method is we visualize, meditate guru and consort. That doesn't work. We have to meditate yadam deity again. So change it to, the deity, the guru is transformed, change it to the yadam deity. So if you do not have a personal meditation on deity, meditate on the spiritual teacher and the consort us, then we have to, meditate Mahakarunukana and his consort is Chinrezek, and the consort is can be, Tara or any other deities. So female deities, we can meditate and visualize. The main point is, if you have own yadam deity, so that yadam deity have to bring into your mind, meditate. If you don't have own yadam deity, and then just meditate Chinrezek, Mahakarunaka, and his consort. So again, making offerings, emanating this with your mind and generate thought very intentionally, records attainment of your spiritual accomplishment. So then we also create a mentally offering to the yadam deity. Also we, requesting attainment of your spiritual accomplishments. Ask the guru yadams, like help us, give the blessing, attainment of your spiritual accomplishments. Thereby, the warm entrance will be obstructed. If it's very strong that this come into our heart, or disease heart, is 100% sure can be blocked the mother's womb. But due to the negative obstacle, maybe more distraction, and other things, some mind is not really pay attention, not doing practice through the heart, then still can be obstacle, still can go down to the taking to the birth, can be taken to the birth. If really doing this practice in the heart, it's 100% sure it can be, obstacle to the mother's womb. So then, should even this not obstruct the womb entrances, if this not happen, and you are still drawn nearer to entering the womb, so go to more close. So no use in this method, another method. This method is the third method, so it's going to share 5 different level method. So now it's going to share the third one. So third one is the third method, which reverses attachment and aversion. Is not to be revealed to you. So revealed to you, and here going to instruction, this method. This method helps, the remove our attachment, remove the anger. So taking birth is due to the attachment and anger. And use this method, remove attachment and remove anger. The main point is, when we're going to take the birth, the disease is going to take like female form body. Female, like can be any female. Animals or human beings, female or any female. So then attached to father, hatred to mother. And this is going to take birth men, and then attached to mother, hatred to the father. So that's why in this method helps, the attachment and anger have to, become reduced or transformed. So solution something for the anger, solution for the attachment. That's is going to share here. be revealed to you. There are four modes of birth: birth from egg, birth from womb. So these two we know: egg birth and birth from a womb is come from the mother's womb. Supernormal birth and birth from warmth and moisture. So I think supernormal birth is called miraculous birth. And then of course the birth from the warmth and moisture is it's due to the condition of the weather, and many beings naturally take birth. Like summertime, so many the beings come from the warmth and moisture birth. So among those, so these four different ways take birth, or these 6 realms. The birth from egg and the birth from womb are very similar. So these two is the same, similar, and same instruction. Same instruction means, given instruction, this practice helps block these both wombs together. So that's why when we practice a Yidam deity, practice a Yidam deity has called generation stage. We have to create a step-by-step meditate stages, follow. So birth, karmic purification is visualize this impure place is transformed to the pure place. And then, the house, house is transformed, visualize the palace. And then we visualize, inside the Buddha's palace is visualized usually, lotus seat, right? Lotus seat is, the main point is transform mother's womb. It's transformed to the lotus flower. And then we visualize moon dish and sun dish. So moon dish is representative mother's essence, sun dish is representative father's essence. So that means like purification is, mother's essence transform, father's essence transform. And then we visualize the top of the sun, moon, this top, the syllable. Syllable is transforming our conscious. Disease, like impure conscious is transforming. So syllable is transformed to the Yidam deity's form body, and our mind is transformed to the Yidam's form, become Buddha's form. So that's generation stage. Visualization helps actually the block in this mother's womb birth. So that's why here we talk about, first these two births is very similar. In the both case, you will see the male and the female engage in sexual union as described above. So the seeing same thing already talked, when starting teaching. So if based on either attachment or aversion, see you enter a womb at this time. So due to attachment, due to aversion, then conscious is going into the mother's womb. A womb in this time. So you enter a womb at this time, you will be you will be born as a horse, bird, dog, human, or whatever is appropriate. So whatever due to our karma, going to take birth. So then, if you are to be born as a male, you will experience the perception of a male. So the person is going to going to take birth to the male, and then this is his own experience also. His become male. Born as a male, you will experience the perception of a male. You will feel intense aversion towards the father. So that's the like your own perception is your male, and you have very strong this, you will feel intense aversion towards the father, and you will feel jealousy and attachment towards the mother. So that's why like 6 round we take the birth. It's like it's emotion taking the birth. So emotion is the causes of birth. If we release our own emotion, then there are no causes of take the birth. The birth is causes attachment and aversion, anger, jealousy. So that's why here very clearly attachment towards the mother. If you are to be born as a female, so then opposite again. You will experience perception of a female again. You will feel intense envy and jealousy towards the mother, and you will feel intense attachment and affliction towards the father. So this emotional arousal will cause you to enter a womb. The emotion then push our conscious. This is the conscious mind is into the mother's womb. That's the emotion is pushing to the conscious into the mother's womb. Here you will experience the co-emerging delight. So co-emergent delight means due to that conditions. In the matters of the meeting between the sperm and the ovum, so mother and fathers, from that state of bliss, you will faint into unconsciousness, and as time passes, so then see is in this case, like parent has a different kind of experience. So the moment conscious into that into the mother's womb, so the essence comes together. So the essence comes together there. That time has like that state of bliss, you will faint. So means they have the bliss. The bliss is attachment. Can be attachment bliss, can be positive bliss. So that's why it's also the in this case has many practitioner has opportunity to get realization. Ordinary people is in this state create causes of samsara. So practitioner, meditator in this state can be liberation state. So in this state of bliss, when it arises, most ordinary beings attach to that. So then it becomes causes of samsara. The realizer, meditator, practitioners, when this bliss arises, so the bliss can be offering to the enlightened beings. So that is the essence of offering become. So you seeing that bliss, it itself is emptiness. It itself is dharmakaya core, so you seeing that the bliss is no object of attachment. You seeing that bliss is is inseparable with your nature, empty. you don't attach to that. So if the meditator has that ability, I mean, this who doing sexual conduct have ability that the person also can be liberation in their state. So no, here is talking about not talking about father and mother. Right now, here is talking about disease. So the parents has this bliss or joy or attachment comes. So then that moment, disease, also feel very strong kind of bliss, momentum faint into unconsciousness. So disease is become into the mother's womb, feel this and unconsciousness. And the time passes. Then time passes, the embryo will come to maturity in the womb. So then become, it's create like stages in the mother's womb. So in this case, I don't know how long become faint. This who taking the birth, the conscious in the mother's womb. I don't know how long they become, lose unconscious. Can be, I think, longer. Looks like can be, like longer, because this all beyond the stages processing. That time could be. The embryo will come to maturity end of the womb. Then moving through its various stage of development, that is, then of course in the mother's womb, so we know human beings have to stay in at least like 9 months development or body and faculties, physical, many things. That is the stage of the development. That is the cluttering of the embryo. The over elongation of the embryo and so forth, until finally you will emerge from the womb and open your eyes, until just take birth. Of course, then in this state, 9 months is a very long experience. So we all went through that, but no one has own experience right now. It's all, everyone is a forget, So some people very strong expectation to remember, recognize previous life. It's think about it's not possible. Even we went in through these stages in the mother's womb, but no any experience for us. Never recognize anything. So then when you emerge from the womb and open your eyes, so you become your mother delivery after you born and your open eye. So now you will have turned into a puppy. Previously have been a human being, you will now have become a dog. So that's also happening, see? And because dog, has a father and a mother, and you don't know it's human being or dog in the Bardo, because you just seeing the, due to karma, it's like parents, father and mother is doing sexual conduct. So then you seeing that due to your anger, due to attachment, this pushing into your conscious in the womb, you don't have any ideas where you went, because attachment, anger, aversion comes, your conscious already push into there. So, unfortunately, human beings can become puppy. Or fortunately, puppies can become human beings. When they open eye, it's become boy or girl. So you don't know, when we don't know what happened, until take birth. Everything is like just, forget. And of course, like in the conscious, like going into the womb, so you have like kind of a male and a female, something you have feelings that. So without that, you cannot into the mother's womb. And the draw also, puppy also can be female, can be have male, you know. So that's why the feeling we have already can be, you know, man can be, you know, female. But we don't know which kind, you know, human beings or animals, or we don't know what is happening. So that's why it's when you open up, it's become puppy and dog. You will not have become a dog. And so consequently, you were suffering in a dog, kennel, or similarly, in a pesty. So can be become, you know, take birth in the pig's home. So pesty is a pig's home, or on anter, or a wormhole, or else you may be born as a baby born. So can be anything, you know, can be insect, can be bugs, can be pig, can be, you know, dog, can be other animals. Or else you may be born as a baby boar or goat or sheep and so forth. So we take birth or different, can be take all these animals around too. There is no way back. In already take birth, then no possible to turn back again. So we have only turn back opportunity is before conscious going into the mother's womb. And, you know, attachment, anger, not pushing into that, you know, our conscious into mother's womb. Before that, have opportunity to, you know, turn back again, can be reverse again, but conscious already into the mother's womb and take birth, then nothing to do. There is no way back. So you will experience all manner of sufferings in a state of great obscurity and delusion. So if we take birth, like each kind of animal, they have their own perceptions. So then there has their, you know, their suffering, their own suffering, what they has. You know, the ships, they have their own experience, they have their own problem. So the until, you know, die, or always going on their karmic imprint perceptions, suffering. The dog has their dog own this, you know, dog citizen has their dog sufferings. So until dog body, so, or, you know, until change, so dog suffering is going on. That's why it's a sufferings in a state of great obscurity and delusion. So that is a take birth to the animal realms and the human beings. Can be, you know, you either one can go. Then can be go more danger than that. See, through the process, you will continue to remain within the 6 class of living beings. Can be, you know, 6 different realms, either 6 realms, including the realm of the hair beings and the anguish spirits. Can be take birth, hair realm beings, can be take rebirth, anguish spirits. So if you take birth to in these realms, these 2 realms is more suffering than animal realms. And more suffering, of course, the human beings. So that's why these 2 is the lowest one, most intensively suffering place. Include the realm of the hair beings and the anguish spirits, you will be completely drawn by boundless sufferings. If you take birth to in this stage, these realms, then endless suffering, extremely suffering. So in the human beings, Nagarjuna says, someone shoot you, think about 100 times a gun one day. So that suffering never even close to the harem suffering. So in our, human beings, our, think about one day, someone shoot 100 times a gun shoot to our body, how much suffering, pain. But that is cannot comparing to the harem's suffering. So we have in the human beings prison, the, prisoners that torture the, prisoner guide that torture the prisoners. So much suffering, but they cannot comparing to the harems suffering. So that's why if you take birth to in the harems is extremely suffering, and then of course take birth into anguish, spirit, hungry ghost. So if we don't eat 3 days, no food, no drink, how much suffering we fear, This hungry ghost, the never ever hear food whole life, and never see the drinks whole life. So that's why the body is become dried up and tiny, bone, everything's come out. So many informations about other teachings talk about these two sufferings. So that's kind of, extremely suffering in these lower realms. You will be completely drawn by boundless sufferings. There is nothing more awesome or frightening than this out there. So no any comparing, the harem suffering and the hungry ghost suffering is no comparing. So these two realms is exist or not is, in the thing about we are right now human beings. We are in human beings. Someone control many beings and extremely torture, killing, create a negative karma. That person die instantly going to in this realm. That person has these perceptions. So that person has this harems exist for them. We are in the human realms. Someone like animals killing, same as chop the wood, no any kind of like thinking about heart, compassion, no love, anything. So they're just killing and torture animals or harming for human beings. So these beings is only, no any other place can go. They're just directly going into this place because of the natural law of phenomena. So must have to have a harems, So otherwise, you see animals, so much suffering. Why some human beings take always advantage, torture them, Due to karmas, everything's changed again. So then, of course, like we know in the human being realms, so strong attachment, grasping, that many people own enough everything for them. They cannot use whole life, whatever they enjoy, but still so strong desire. Never share, never giving, then that person, when they die, is naturally or instantly going to this anguish spirit. So that kind of beings has these two realms is exist for them, okay? And someone who create love, compassion, generosity, and all the time sharing offerings, that person no exist these two realms. No harming for others, always create peace and love, think about others. So that means no exist this two lowest realms. So you will be completely drawn by boundless suffering. If God there is boundless suffering, there is nothing more awesome or frightening than this out there. This is truly terrifying. Truly terrifying. So due to our ignorance, no recognizing what happened when we die. So we create this negative karma, many human beings due to ignorance. And so that's the take birth to the harems and hungry ghost. So order in this way. So order means like very strong, upset or words or suffering words. So you cannot say more suffering than this. Also, order. What Tibetan says, something like that. Then those who lack the oral instruction of a genuine spiritual teacher will indeed fall into the great abyss of cyclic existence and be tortured unbearably by continuous sufferings. So see, then person that don't have instruction, no guide, spiritual teacher, no instructions. So who create a negative karma and then going to this extremely suffering, this harems and hungry ghost. So rather than this, listen to my words. So no, this is instruction. Understand this instruction of mine. I will reveal no oral instruction which obstruct the wrong entrances. So this instruction helps, reduce the attachment, reduce anger. So disease reduce the anger attachment, then there have more opportunity not going to take this lower realms birth. So I think, of course, like due to drain the lifetime negative karma. And the second, of course, in the Bardo, intermediate state Bardo, due to, like negative condition, strong attachment, anger, more strong arise, go to more lower realms. So that's why, this instruction helps become not going to take birth to the animal realms, not going to take birth to the hungry ghosts and the harems. So which obstruct the wrong entrances through the reversal of attachment and the reversal of aversion. So see, as the disease, take back attachment, take back anger, control mind during in the Bardo, intermediate state. So in the intermediate state, actually not too bad, if long as you know how to go right directions. A very important state. If you take wrong, then it cannot take back again. So you already just did mistakes. Then big mistake is that mistake is like cannot comparing anything in our mistakes in the human being realms. So that's another, you can do practice meditate when you do mistakes and you really strongly upset yourself. Think about this big mistake. And comparing to that, our, in the human being, we does mistakes. So that's not that big problem. So you can let go. Not attached to that, you can let go. You just think about, okay, I did this big mistake, but comparing to when you are in the Bardo, I didn't do big negative mistake. I just did something good. So that's why my, right now this life is coming to the human beings. Think about it. We did something good, we always think something positive way, and then that also helps your negative perceptions. So that also helps into the Bardo too. When you will get in the Bardo, always pick up the positive qualities and let go the negative parts. So as long as we have ability to let go negativity, then no attach to that much, no hatred to that much. So become less attachment, less hatred to arise in the Bardo. So no, listen and understand this well. So as this instruction we're giving to the disease. Also, we think about, visualize ourselves as a disease, and someone giving to this instruction for us, so you can think that way. It's then no pointing someone. So we have to receive, this instruction ourselves. Sometimes when you listen to this teaching, so someone die, I'm going to do this for others or something. You never thinking about yourself. So, right now, when you listen to this teaching, so what we have to think is, we are disease, okay? So we think about this listening, this instruction in the Bardo. Then that helps, when we get in the Bardo. So now you're thinking about, I'm going to do this is for disease, like you're thinking about some other disease, and then you don't really receive in yourself. So it is said in the root verses of the sixth intermediate state. So now in the root text, sharing this instruction, I must obstruct the warm entrances and call to mind the methods of reversal. This is the time when perseverance and the purity of perception are imperative. So this, is the text, that verses is come from the root text. Then I must give up all jealousy and meditate on my spiritual teacher and with concert. So now, when we are in the Bardo, become disease, taking the birth, so jealousy arise to the mother. So due to, we're seeing, that moment you don't recognize it's your mother, just you recognize a female. And, if you're going to take the mare's body, and then the female has, secure with some other partners, so then you have strong jealousy to that. And at the same time, anger arises to the man, father, and attached to mother, so we're taking birth. So that's we already talked up there. So we have to give up jealousy and meditate on my spiritual teacher with a concert. So just transformed, the point is like the parents, or we can say like there has like male and female, sexual is transforming. The perception is transform, change to spiritual teacher with a concert. So as is described in the oral instruction above, if you are to be born as a male, you will feel attachment towards the mother and aversion towards the father. So we already talked. If you are to be born as a female, you will feel attachment to the father and aversion towards the mother. So thus you will come to experience jealousy. So that's why then jealousy comes, and the conflict of attachment and aversion. Specific to this stage, there is a profound oral instruction. So then this is the coming is oral instruction. So why we can reverse in this state? Because still not ready, you take the birth. Conscious is still we call the Bardo conscious, not the already entering to the mother's womb. So attachment, anger, jealousy, all these emotions pushing our conscious into the mother's womb. So before that, you can reduce your attachment, anger, jealousy. You can stay back. So you can stay back. You look to object. Your object is you can transform to father, mother is transformed to the guru. You can transform to the Yadam deity. No attachment object. Object is become something spiritual object. The object is become stupa. You can transform object is a temple. You can meditate object is become something spiritual object. It's a devotion object. So devotion arises. Attachment is naturally released. Anger attachment cannot come, when devotion arises. So that's why the attachment object is transformed. Anger object is transformed to the devotion object. That's the object part we can transform. Then here is instruction is, or child of Buddha nature. When the feeling of attachment, aversion arises, meditate as follows. So you can meditate and use this instruction follows. Then arise meditation as follows. Alasa is like very strong, upset, kind of like, suffering voice. Alasa means sentient beings such as I, with such negative past actions. So we really see why I have anger, why I have attachment, my attachment, my anger, bring me suffering until I'm beginning lesson, until no. So you really recognize our anger, attachment is our own enemy. So that's why, such negative past actions. So due to the anger attachment, we create with such negative past actions. Have up until no. Roam in cyclic existence. So up being so many lifetimes in Rome in cyclic existence, samsara. This my anger, my attachment create me or make me suffering many lifetimes. I have continued to wander in this way. So I'm really going follow still same directions. Being driven on by my feeling of attachment, aversion. See, being driven on by my feelings of attachment, aversion, our own anger, our own attachment, pushing us in the samsara lower realms. So we get many lifetimes of suffering. This, we really recognize anger, attachment, give us so much suffering, many lifetimes we recognize. The anger, attachment push us in many lifetimes in samsara. So if I still follow, the anger, attachment control us, I'm going to continue go to samsara and the suffering. We have to recognize that. So think about this way, and then you can reduce. We can reduce anger and attachment. So if especially at this time, I continue to be influenced by attachment and aversion, especially, in this stage is very sensitive time or very crucial points. there is a danger that I will run into the limitless diverse stages of a cyclic existence and risk sinking into the ocean of suffering for a very long time. If we, controlled by afflictive emotion, anger, attachment in this Bardo, ready to take birth, then we, risk sinking into ocean of suffering for a very long time again. So therefore, no, from the very beginning, I must not generate attachment or aversion. So we have to make strong our self-commitments. I'm not going to let arise my attachment. I'm not going to let arise my anger. So we have to control our own mind. Then order, as of no, I shall never again be motivated by attachment and aversion. I never let arise my anger and attachment, So we have to create a commitment ourselves very strong. So if long as you have this very strong regret, to the anger, regret to the attachment, and then you have strong commitments, anger, and not going to let it control, strong commitments, attachment, not going to control our mind. So long as you have that too, then we can stop the wrong birth. So that's why, so see, the same, here, the thing about we practice a confession. So object of confession is like support object, very important support object. Support object is object we mother, father is visualized, guru. That's the support become, you transform negative object is transformed to the positive spiritual object, support. And then, of course, we have to regret like attachment, anger control us, and attachment, anger bring us suffering many lifetimes. Now we regret, strong regret. And commitments, never let anger, attachment control us. So strong commitments. And then focus mind and rest in mind. So visualize guru. So that is become the dharma, power of dharma. So that's why it's called the four powers. Power of object. Negative objects transform to the spiritual object, power of object, power of regret, power of commitments, power of dharma. So this all is become dharma. So that's called power of dharma. So long as you have this four of this, then any disease have ability to recall again, conscious, and reverse again, conscious, and you can block the wound. So I shall never again motivated by attachment and aversion. Be constant, intently on these thoughts, as it is said in the Tantras. The warm entrances will be obstructed by this singular intent alone. So you have very strong commitment and single-pointedly, focus, the intention is very strong. So that's a dharma and the power of dharma. Then we have 100%, sure can become one entrance will be obstructed by this single intent alone. So that's the Buddha said in the Tantra teaching. Then another instruction. O child of Buddha nature, do not be distracted. Concentrate your mind on this thought with a one-pointed intention. So you use that. So far we talk about, reduce attachment, anger, and let go anger and attachment. Use that instruction, single-pointed intention. So that's the third instruction. Third instruction is more important, Then fourth, yet if even having done this, the womb entrance are still not obstructed, and the disease drawn even nearer to entering at womb again. So that means like, the disease that don't have like strong this practice coming into the mind. That's why even having done this means that didn't done really correctly. Okay, so if some disease is done correctly, I'm sure this can block the womb entrance. But yet if even having done this means like just done like kind of mentally, not really hard, or just get distractingly done, not come from the like strong commitment. Anything happens, this use the four power, didn't use correctly, power of four, this what I share. Then fourth, you have to use this one. Yet if even having done this, the womb entrance are still not obstructed, and the disease drawn even nearer to entering a womb, then the womb entrance should be obstructed by giving the oral instruction on the rare and illusion like nature of all phenomena. So now have to give this instruction to the disease. So this instruction is, what is this oral instructions on the rare and illusion. So now disease recognize, telling the disease, whatever you experience going on with you, it is a delusion. It's not true, it's not rare. And like a nature of all phenomena, all natural phenomena is emptiness, no true exist, impermanent, emptiness. It's the same as dream and delusion. So telling them is let go. Don't attach, don't create anger, nothing essence is there, or it's the same as dream and delusion. So that instruction, we have to give to the disease. We have to receive that instruction when we have become disease. Then so then more explanation here about this delusion or child of Buddha nature. Meditate in the following way. Alasa, father and the mother in sexual union. The rain, the blankness, the hurricane, the thunderous songs, the fearful and the terrifying experiences. So, telling this instruction to disease, like, so that is not really pleasant place to go, your conscious don't go in there. No great safe place. There, if you go in there, you have a very strong negative feeling or suffering feeling. So rain, the blackness, the hurricane, the thunderous sounds, the fearful and the terrifying experience you can get. That's why, telling the disease in conscious don't into the mother's womb. The nature of this and all of phenomena is illusion. Like, so this also same as illusion, not true. In whatever form phenomena arise, they are not rare. All substantial things are unrare and false like a mirage. So mirage is reflection on the water, you know, kind of you see the water, but you go closer, then they don't have water. So there's some area, you know, like more flat and higher lying area, you have this lots experience. So like a Meraji, I think so the Meraji means, Meraji means I think it's just a delusion. Like Meraji, these are not permanent, they are not changeless. So what is the purpose of my attachment to these perceptions? So not telling the disease, you know, what you're seeing, your perception, it's not great, no right, no truth. They don't have any essence. So it is like, you know, mirages. They are not true. So that's why you don't have to attach to that. If you're going to attach, you need something, you know, attach object is permanent, good things, but not negative, suffering, you know, not truly exist. That's why we're telling them it's no pleasant object. Don't attach to these things. Don't attach to your perception. So they're telling the disease. They are not changeless. So what is the purpose of my attachment to these perceptions? What is the purpose of my awe and terror? Which is non-existent? I am seeing as existent. So what is the purpose of my awe and terror? Because why you scared, why you fear awe and terror? You know, that which is non-existent. Your seeing perception is not exist. Why you get awe and terror? You know, why you attach to that? Because no truly exist. Nothing is essence. So all is, you know, negative, suffering object. Why you attach to that? This is the instruction to the disease. The conscious not attached to their perceptions. I am seeing as existent. In reality, all these things that I perceive are the perceptions of my own mind. So the point you seeing you disease you seeing is, you know, existing objects, but that is your own perception. Truly, your perception is, you know, wrong, not right. So that's, you know, we're sharing here is the given instruction to the disease. All these things that I perceive are the perception of my own mind. It's your own only perception. Yet the essential nature of mind is primordially non-existing, like an illusion. So how it is possible for things to exist externally in their own right? So whatever arises is like appear to the mind. Mind is mind projected, or the object, you know, experiences. Then of course our own mind is also, you know, same as a mirage, not truly exist. The mind is not exist. Then how can, you know, this your perception is exist? So that's the, you know, this instruction. This instruction is a kind of more, you know, Mayamika way to giving instruction. So we, you know, the point is object is not truly exist. Object is impermanent. Object is, you know, same as a dreaming delusion. So then, of course, you know, our own mind also not truly exist, because mind is emptiness. Mind is same as, you know, delusion. So the mind is not exist. Then mind subject is not exist. Object, delusion, perception also not exist. The main point is, you know, everything is emptiness, impermanent. So you don't attach, you know, to the your perception. This instruction giving, you know, reduce the attachment, disease attachment. So how is it possible for things to exist externally? See, mind is not exist, then how can exist external object in their own right? So since I have not understood this before, so then we also another instruction, regret again. All this delusion is not exist, but I didn't recognize that because my mind attached to the delusion. So I did a mistake, So that's we have to regret again. Since I have not understood this before, I have always regarded the no existing as existing. So all the seeing form perception is that we receive is like exist. Truly, our perception is not exist. Because when you normal yamika way investigate, use logic, is not exist. So that's instruction is sharing here. I have regarded the unrare as rare. I have regarded illusions as truth. This is why I have roamed in cyclic existence for such a long time. So that's the reason we, kept going in samsara. So now, in this instruction helps, this is a perception, attachment object, anger object. So attachment, anger arise, reason is because the object is with seeing is truth. And not recognize is delusion. So that's why, right now, this instruction really helps for the disease because this is recognized, the step back from go to conscious mother's womb, the step back and look again, the perception is same as our dreaming, not truly exist. So that's why, the disease has like more, I think, ability or opportunity to step back and think about again. So hear these instructions. Then they also recognize I have regarded the unrare as rare. I have regarded delusion as truth. So this is why I have wrong in cyclic existing for such as a long time. Not yet again. If do not recognize that all these phenomena are illusions, if they don't know the phenomena is a delusion, I will continue to roam in cyclic existence. Interminably and without doubt. So if no recognize, no choice. If no follow this instruction, then no choice. Keep going samsara again. I will drown in a swim of every manner of suffering. Then go to the samsara. So it's going into the suffering realms. So that's why, kept this instruction very important. No, I must realize, I have to recognize, if I don't recognize the delusion, if I take delusion is exist, then I went through so many lifetimes samsara suffering. So no, same as I'm kept going samsara again and again. So in these instructions, different ways, this is changing the mind. Another way, telling them your anger attachment is a problem. Let them recognize anger attachment and, the problem. Then another way, they recognize instruction is like mothers, father, whatever they're seeing, recognize their perception, everything is not true, not right. Just, delusion, let go, don't evolve that situation, kind of, say no truth, no good. So that's instruction, different ways of giving instructions. So I must realize that all these phenomena are completely devoid of substantial existence. Even for a single instant, So no, the commitment disease say I'm going to recognize or this appearance is same recognize is not true exist, emptiness, delusion, even for a single instant. In reality, so this called reality means truth. Okay, they are like a dream. Our perception is the same as a dream. So 1 month ago, you have perceptions. So no, right now, you just same as memorize, same as a dream, Even yesterday I share, I share the teaching, another location. Maybe you are also some different areas, can be. And, when I told that we have, answer and the question, when I been yesterday, or is right now is for my same as dreaming, So even this morning, what I've done, right now I feel it's the same as dreaming. So that's the reason. So they are like a dream, like illusion, like an echo. Whatever hear the songs, when we go sometimes like maybe this morning, yesterday you hear thunders, like rain, something different voice. It goes like same as echo. Maybe traffic songs or wind songs, whatever here is same as echo become like a celestial city. Celestial city is like delusion city. Like a mirage, like a reflection, like an optical illusion, like the moon reflection in water. It is absolutely certain that these phenomena are not truly rare, but that is they are first. Usually, they talk about a different kind of a delusion example, okay? In the sutra teaching us. So that's a mention about one by one here, use 8 different examples. Or this right now, our perception, hearing, everything is the same, is a delusion, same as dreaming, So that's the, have to recognize it. Anyway, this absolutely certain that these phenomena are not truly rare, okay? But that they are false. False means not exist truly. Then you recognize that what is the benefit? Benefit is attached to the object, no arise aversion that object. If you have understand this way, then no longer arise attachment, no longer arise anger. Or another way, all this phenomena, what appearance is transformed to the Yadam deity, Guru's form, spiritual objects. Then no arise attachment, no arise anger too. So no arise attachment, anger. If you visualize the object is a spiritual object, arise devotion. So the devotion arise, then liberate ourselves. Devotion liberating us. Of course, here, like you recognize is nothing is truly exist there. Then subject object are not truly exist. No, the anger, no attachment exists there. So no source. Then no one kept going to samsara, take birth. Take birth, samsara is a delusion taking birth. You dissolve the delusion. So that's why this instruction is very powerful and very strong, meaningful. If the point is as long as we practice Dharma, then recognize. So through this singular resolve is I will blow apart my apprehension of the true existence. So through utter confidence in this meditation, my apprehension of self-existence will be reversed. So you stop self-grasping, so you release your self-grasping. And self is gone because you see yourself is not exist. And your perception is all naturally gone. You know, is gone, then my house is gone. My car is gone, my family is gone, no exist there. So then is gone, the who going to suffering, who going to take birth to samsara, it's all gone. So you destroy root, you know, cut the root tree and all the branches, tree leaves, everything is die. So same, as long as you recognize selflessness of a person and the selflessness of phenomena, everything is not truly exist, they all samsara is dried. It's gone. So that's why it's this very important instruction. Through utter confidence in this meditation, by apprehension self-existing will be reversed. But knowing from the depths of your parts, your depths of your heart, that all these phenomena are unreal, the warm entrance will certainly be obstructed. So naturally then, everything you recognize far delusion is naturally you release, you know, attachment, anger, and then the warm entrance will certainly be obstructed. It's have possible to liberation again too in this state. However, if despite this teaching being giving, the apprehension of true existence is not shattered, and the warm entrance are therefore not obstructed, and the disease drawn even nearer to entering a warm, then there is a final fate to perform oral instructions. So this last instruction again. So all child of Buddha nature, if even after having engaged in this above meditation, the warm entrance have still not been obstructed, no, according to the fate to perform oral instruction, you must obstruct the warm entrance by meditating on inner readings. So no, this one is a good instruction is Mahamudra again. So see, obstruct the warm entrance by meditating in inner readings, you know, recognize our own true nature mind. The method of meditation is as follows: alasa, or seemingly substantial phenomena are expression of my own mind. So recognize every appearance of object, whatever arises, recognize our own mind. Same as dreaming. Yet in reality, this mind is of the nature of emptiness. Recognize or also mind, also emptiness. So subject, object, or recognize come from mind. So mind also emptiness. It is beyond creation and beyond cessation. Then so it is beyond creation. So beyond creation, beyond cessation is beyond the creation stage, like, and beyond cessation, beyond the nirvana. I think cessation is nirvana, right? Cessation. Because it's all is like emptiness, so that's why no here is talking about, no creation stage, no cessation, or is beyond creation and beyond cessation. It's by focusing your thought in this way, your mind should naturally return to an uncontrollable and stainless state. So minds go into our own natural states, no created, delusion. So our mind is go into the non-dual, uncontroverted and stainless state. Let the mind rest in this. So resting in the nature, its natural state, directly in itself, in the same way. For example, as water is poured into the water, so the water pouring into the water, so water dissolve into the water, become no create separate there. Same, mind resting in the nature states, whatever thoughts arise, emotion arise, dissolve into the nature mind. So let the mind rest in the natural flow. Clear, the nature mind is clear, unconstructed, uncontroverted, and relaxed. By following this method, you can be sure that the warm entrance to the forms of birth will certainly be obstructed. So if you use this instruction, you can block the, forms of birth will certainly be obstructed. Not only the block the egg birth and the womb birth. It's moisture birth, miracle birth also blocked too. 4 different ways take birth in samsara. All 4 of them is become certainly be obstructed. Use this Mahamudra instruction. Of course, I think each this here sharing 5 instructions. All these instructions helps not only like egg birth and womb birth and birth will certainly be obstructed. I think 4 of them will be certainly be obstructed, all these instructions. I think so we can stay today, leave it there. And we finish page 353. So next week 354. Please remind me. So the 5 different instructions here sharing, these instructions helps become obstruct to the womb birth. So now I'm going to do the dedication, and then if you have some questions, we can do the question and answer. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Marepa, Dharma, Lord Gambopa, Pamotrupa, Lord Digompa. Please be stopping us most auspicious bless our Kaju Lamas. But this which may achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies confusion. May all who travels on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where is unbornness arise, where is bornness and not decline, but even increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray the Dharma activities separate far and wide. I pray that I may be, not be separate from you. As Majeshri Vero realized automatic state, and as did Samanda, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha, order may the merit I share bear fruit. by the virtues collected in 3 times, by my 7 all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, mind all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teaching of Great Digompa Ranashira, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependent, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, until the end of the samsara. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. So no. Any, do you have questions? So you can ask questions. So we're going to finish next week. The whole thing is, I think it's possible finishing next week. Okay, so next, Elaine.
Thank you, Kampala. If we learn that a loved one has passed away, like number of days after they have died, or even weeks, is it still beneficial to read this teaching to them? And if so, do we read it for like 49 days from when we find out, or from when they have passed? And the second question I have is, we are guided that it's helpful to not have people crying in the presence of someone who is dying. And then after death, they have the clairvoyance, and so many loved ones do cry. Is there something we can do to try to antidote that, or remedy that, or guidance for our loved ones who are crying? Thank
Loved
you.
ones, you mean no crying?
Yeah, you know, because it's not helpful if we're, you know, attachment is one of the biggest obstacles for us with our letting go of our loved ones. And so if the loved ones are crying around the dying person, that's not good. And then after death, we have the clairvoyance, the deceased has a clairvoyance, and people, you know, are probably still crying. Is there anything we can try to suggest to our family members to try to help them understand that, or what to do?
Yeah, I think the loved ones, you know, have to, I think, meditate impermanent and have to know this instruction. Then even said, but they control the, you know, emotion.
So helpful for them to do practice for us, to offer that suggested for them. For their, yeah.
First question I didn't get. Can you say again?
Yes, thank you. So if someone passes away, but maybe we don't learn about that right away. So maybe it's a couple days after they've passed away, or maybe even weeks. Is it still beneficial to read this practice, these instructions to them? And if it is, how long do we continue to read to them?
Usually they continue 49 days. Yeah, so 49 days just is possible.
Okay.
Great to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Sandra, please.
Hi, Kempo. Good morning. My question is back to do with the death bardo. There's a section which describes, as the person is dying, that the elements are dissolving. I was wondering if the aggregates dissolve at the same time as the elements. And then if they do, is that why we go unconscious? I mean, how is it that the aggregates re-arise in the bardo, the 4 aggregates re-arise in the bardo? Do they re-arise? Do they dissolve at the time with the elements? Then do they re-arise, or do they not dissolve with the elements?
I think that Bardo is dissolving, right? Reality Bardo is this everything's arising for the perception. Do you understand? In the death Bardo is elements, aggregates, or is dissolving, right? Dissolving to the elements, dissolving to the aggregates, is dissolving time. So that time, you know, this dissolving time, you have opportunity to recognize completion stage practice. And then reality Bardo, the elements, aggregates arise to the form. So perception, so the people practitioner has the ability to recognize yadam deity. I think that's the instruction follows, right?
Okay, I'll think about it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so then Yang.
顶礼仁波切，然后感恩翻译老师，就是那个昨天关于就是为亡者助念的问题哈，就是跟亡者读诵这个度亡经的问题，弟子还是有3个问题不明白。就说第一个问题哈，就是说那个上师说，就是不用呼唤那个亡者的具体的姓名，然后只是说呼唤那个善男子的话，那如果这样子的话，那如果假设这样子可以的话，那不是整个这个宇宙那个所有的亡者，只要有一个人在一直在念那个度亡经，那是不是就所有的亡者都能够得益啊？那这样子的话。关于这个问题哈，弟子就不太明白。那如果这样子的话，那比如说有一个寺院，我可以专门安排几个人来一直就练，一直不断的练，那是不是就所有的人、所有的王者都能够得到解脱呀？所以对于这个问题，弟子还是没有信心，请上师开示。好，待会儿还有2个问题。
OK， 好，我先讲这个哈。Okay, Kevlar, let me see. First question is that you said yesterday, you told her that you don't have to recite the name of disease one by one because there's so many of them. You just call them by the name of a child of Buddha nature, like this, right? You don't have to call their name one by one. If there's a lot of disease one, she has to call their name one by one. It takes a lot of long time, yeah, let me see.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So if we just say, oh, child of Buddha nature, then when we recite the Bardo Tutu to the disease one with a target group, so if we just call them by the name of the child of Buddha nature, then maybe all the Bardo beings will come and listen to our recitation of the Bardo Tutu. So will all Bardo beings at the same time will hear our recitation and gain liberation? If it is true like that, then we can ask all the lamas of all the temples every day, 24 hours, just recite the Bardo Tutu to all Bardo beings, you know, so that all Bardo beings will gain liberation, and 24 hours they can listen to the recitation of Bardo Tutu. So is that true?
Could be.
可以呀。
It's there, you know, they talk about the connections. You must have connection. So not only, you know, one, I mean, the conditions, like I have so many causes of condition have to come together, right? So that's why, you know, you have intention to know these all people are dead, you know, so like how many there, then you that is like you have mind already intention for them. Yeah, you recognize I'm doing for them, even you don't calling the names.
这是你跟这个亡者的连接有关系，你跟他的因缘。那即便是你没有叫他们的名字，可是你跟他们有这个法缘上的连接，所以因为这个因缘上的连接，你就能够超度他们，或者是让他们得到因为你中英文教子的解脱的读诵而获得解脱。那如果你没有跟他们没有这个缘分上的连接的话，你即便是为全世界的所有的中阴众生读诵的话，他们也未必能够得益，因为你跟他没有任何的缘分。所以主要是你跟王子有这个佛法上的连接跟缘分，你念的话，你跟你心跟心灵之间的交通，这 这个连接，这样的话才能够让那个王者得益。所以即便你不一一念出他们的名字，可是你跟他们，你知道你是为谁而念的，因为这种心念的连接才是能够让他真正得到受用的这个因缘。
So that's why you know,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we're doing the Sancho ritual. You know, it's a ritual for the liberation practice. Collect the names,
Uh-huh.
and so otherwise, you know, you don't have the name. You know, you just think about everyone who died, right?
Uh-huh.
You need to collect the name, and also the not only the name, the truth that, you know, representative to the disease, like offering to the. All these have to come together.
所以你看超度法会的时候，藏传的超度法会，我们必须要把姓名写在这个牌位上，然后把那个牌位烧了，那就是要证明说，具体上来说，如果是为某某人做这个超度的法会上的话，还是要把他的名字写上来比较好，比较具体一点啊，这样子。
感恩上师开示哈。那关于这个问题，弟子还想问一下哈。那比如说我们有师兄们在跟那个王者助念，我能够拿到这个名单哈，比如说是50个人这一段时间，举个例子哈，那我算不算跟这个50个人已经结上缘了呢？或者是我在念这一部经之前，我就来把那个50个人的名字念一遍，然后我发愿，就是我为他们来念诵这个，这样子可不可以呢？或者是请上师开示一下，我还有没有什么其他办法可以跟那个王者就是结上缘，然后来跟他们利益？感恩上师。
Okay, Kimberly, if he has a list of like 50 or 40 people who are the diseased ones, you know, can she recite their names once before he recite the Bardo Thodol for them, so that she can has a connection to liberate them?
Yeah, it's you can saying the names is nothing wrong, or just like think about the 50 of them to get the Buddha nature. It's already you have it there. And when we do the Sancho ritual, we have the names. We don't mention about every name. We say all together, you know.
所以没有问题的，你这样跟他们产生这个连接是好的，就是在念咒印度王经，你知道你为谁而念，你一一念出他们的名字是好的，让你觉得你念的这个目的有一个方向。那即便是仁波切说在做超度法会的时候，虽然把名字都写在牌位上，可是上师们并不会一一的念出牌位上的这个往生者的名字的。那只要他心念一想到是为他们而助念的话，回向给他们的话，那就够了，那肯定是会有功德跟受用的哦，不要担心。
感恩仁波切。然后弟子就是第二个问题哈，就是说如果哈，假设弟子我们有五个弟子，然后我们在同一天就是念一遍那个就度王经，然后5个人。我每个人就念一部分嘛，那么这5个人必须要前后顺序，是要按顺序来吗？还是这5个人可以自己念自己那一部分，然后自己念就好了？请上师开始。
If like Kamala, if there's 5 people, they decide to recite the Bardo Thodol together, should they recite according to their sequence, or everybody go to their home, just recite their part according to their convenience?
Can you say again?
That one Bardo Thodol, they make a vow to recite Bardo Thodol once for all the diseased ones, yeah. So the 5 people together, so they have the each part, they separate among each other to recite. You recite this part and recite this part, so they can recite all their parts together at the same time, or they must follow the sequence. I recite the first part and then you recite the second part.
I think both are correct.
两个都可以啊，可以顺序的念，也个别的不同的时间念都可以，没有问题啊。好吧 ，OK， 好了。
还有第3个问
题，其他人要问一些问题了哈。
好的，感恩。
好的。
You know, nothing wrong. It's like just intention.
没有太多的人们就说没有太多的避忌需要去太过注意的哈。
Okay, so next The question please very short and we have one.
简短的问题好吗？我们有4个问题，请各位发问尽量的简短精要。
So no time much. So please say very short way.
时间不多，所以问简短的问题哦。
康宝，感恩法师，我有一个问题，什么是子光明？什么是母光明？母子光明相遇的时候是什么状态？这个时候如何认知？听不到我说话吗？
Shirab, can you hear?
I put
法
him
师
back
听不到我说话吗？
because you said it was ended, so I shut down. Do you want me to open it back up? Are we going to the next question?
Yeah, we have 5 questions.
Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Okay.
No, the question is they asked already. Question asked like Shirab, can you hear? I think.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It didn't look like a Chinese person. So. Okay.
Yeah, Kembala, what is child luminosity and mother luminosity? When child luminosity meets mother luminosity, when would that happen? How do we recognize that is happening now?
That's a very long instruction actually, very important. We already talked so many. Right?
子母光明、子光明、母光明、子母光明汇合，我们已经讲了很多，那是很长的、很繁琐的这个诀窍。
Child luminosity means right now we practice meditation is called child luminosity.
我们现在的禅修的诀窍就是子光明。
Mother luminosity is when you in the Bardo recognize your meditation. I mean the real recognize Mahamudra. So that's mother luminosity.
那当你在这个中阴的阶段的时候呢，临终中阴的时候，了悟大手印啊，那个就是母光明了。
Yeah. Okay. So
好。
the next question.
下一个问题。
那个法师，这个因为我这个对大手印还没有了解，我对这个子光明是不是就是父精，母光明是不是母血？这个父精母血相遇的时候，我们会是一种什么样的状态？
哦，
这
这个
是明心见性吗？
这个也不方便在这里公开的说啊，这个是大手印的部分嘛。你这个问题还是私下问哈。
好的，
好吗？
好的，感恩。
好的，好，谢谢。
谢谢，感恩仁波切，感恩义士，谢谢。
请问我可以提下一个问题吗？谢谢。
好，
就是我简短2个问题，就是刚才仁波切说，就是所有一切都是空性，但是因为以前我婆婆跟我小姑就是害我流产，那我就是流掉2个小孩，然后我也知道说，就是说，这个地水火风，可是就是还是有时候都忘不掉，然后就是该如何去就是放下这个，然后就是不要再有那个就是仇恨心，就是偶尔想起来还是会觉得蛮伤心的，然后就是现在是比较不会恨，但是还是蛮伤心。然后我想第2个问题是，因为婆婆是具利业门，那她对我们造作这些，她也会受恶业吗？好，以上是我的问题，谢谢。
就是婆婆是指你的谁？你的这个
我的先生的妈妈
啊 ，OK，
就是她跟她的女儿害我流产这样子。那我如何放下对他们的怨恨？对，就是我也知道要原谅他，可是有时候想起来就是还是蛮悲伤的。谢谢。
Okay. Remember, there's a family issue here, like her mother-in-law and the daughter of her mother-in-law caused her to miscarriage her baby. Yeah. So how to get rid of this kind of hatred? Although we know that the baby is made of 4 elements and etc., we need to let go. But the hatred, the mind of anger is still there. Remember. So how can we let go of this hatred?
Oh. So that's only have to follow the, I think have to know the cause and the effect. Then let go to hatred, anger, I think.
必须要了知因果业报，然后借此而放下你的这个嗔怒。
是，但是我们没有那个宿命通，我们也没办法了知。那在我还没成佛了知在因果业报之前，我该如何？就是我也知道要菩提心，就是要原谅对方，可是有时候就是还是有点困难。然后他们会受业报吗？谢谢。
Will they receive their own karmic retribution, Kambala? Because we don't have the psychic power to know every cause and condition that is happening now, and then it's very hard for us to forgive them.
Can you say again?
It's very hard for her to forgive them, and then will they receive their negative karma in the future? And we don't have a psychic power to know all the causes of condition that cause this result to happen. Usually,
the result, what happened, cause and effect is I really cannot tell right now anything because I don't know all the situations. So I don't know the cause and the effect is that's why we homage to Buddha. Cause and effect is what happens. It's very hard to talk because we don't know the people's intention, what behind going. So without knowing that, we say like, oh, you create negative karma or you create good karma. Very hard to say.
所以我们无法了知这个因缘业缘果报背后的所有的缘由，所以我们才要顶礼这个全知遍觉的这个佛陀。所以这个人到底是他的目的和动机是真正是怎么样，我们真的不太清楚。所以我们就是必须要放下对他人的这种判断跟推论吧。
谢谢。那他们是婆婆是具体人们，他会受到因果业报吗？如果就是他这样子的话，对，谢谢。因为死了2个小孩。
死了2个小孩 miscarriage 2 babies already, Kambala. So will her mother-in-law receive her negative retribution? Because she thinks she's the cause of the problem, yeah.
Oh, so that's I really don't know right now. I have to know all the everything like situation. Then I can share something, but no, we don't know. But just the create negative karma has lots of causes of condition going wrong. So we really can it's a core problem.
那这个是不是会承受果报？如果造业肯定会承受果报，可是人们就说他不知道所有的前因后果的细节跟详情，所以很难去推断说他会不会因为他做的东西到底是不是真的是不好。那如果是不好的话，肯定会承受这个果报，所以他无法做出任何的推断，因为他不明白整个事情的来龙去脉跟前因后果，所以不能在这边给你一个很清楚的答案。
OK， 谢谢，感恩仁波切。
好，谢谢。
Thank you very much for the questions. We have 2 left, and we'll finish those. So if they could be very short and precise, that would be very beneficial. We just have 2 questions left.
Oh, thank you. This is Rebecca. My quick question, in the 49-day practice, what is the practice? Is it done 24 hours a day? What's typical? How is that done? In that when you reciting the Bardo Thodol to people, to the deceased in the 49 days, what is the practice?
49 days, they have different kind of prayers. Some does like Chinrezek Yadam deity practice, some Amitabha sadhana, and use all these dedication prayers with white soul offerings, and that's the 49 prayer. There's many different kind.
Okay, and they're done all day?
Yeah, that's on every day, every single day. Some in the in Tibet, the family does every day, single day, every single day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I think finish your questions. Hello, Andy has.
Kempola, is that by your experience or the how say the text mention, if someone or how say we have a friend or relative that died not like normal circumstances like incident like head separate from the body, is that they're still in the Bardo or because they are too shocked like maybe crushed by the train or by an aeroplane so fast, maybe drowned by the sea, is that they're still on the Bardo because it's not normal like sleep die on the bed? Is that the text mentioned if the special case like that? Like maybe the head separate from the body or be burned or be drowned on the water or the sea? Is that they will also in the Bardo or so fast? Like, thank you.
I think that is also due to the disease, you know, karma, right? And of course, like death is not great way to die. There's even they have good karma, have moments it can be take, you know, lower realms, but they're not really stuck in the too long there. Can due to the karma can back up again in the higher realms. So then that part is like also diversity beings die, so we don't know what happening. Most some can not recognizing that death can be take spirits form, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, the more problem is not recognizing death. Could be more take spirits form. So that thing they have main form body, but truly no form, you know. So that's the kind we always see at home, and the people has feelings. You know, some people see that in many countries that lots of stories. The reason is because when they die, it's like too attachment and or something going on mistakenly. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you.
感恩上司，上司辛苦了。
Thank you. Chile. Colombia. Gracias.